Welcome to Agile 3D. Our conference offers the best speakers in the industry, but you don't have to pay for travel or waste time in airports. Better still, our immersive venues will hold your interest far more than flat screen sharing tools.
I wanted to welcome you again to our next talk. This is me. I'm Agile Bill Krebs in real life, Agile Bill Firehawk in Second Life. I've done software engineering for 26 years, since 1982, and I'm here to talk to you about three things today. One of them is it's a new decade. I think we have new tools for a new decade. Have you all seen the movie Avatar 3D? I'll take that as a yes. There you go.
Yes.
If you haven't, shame on you, right? It's a good movie. I think what was heresy before is now going to be mainstream. We saw this with what Dawn and I teach, Agile Project Management, Agile Development. In 2001, no one had heard of it. When people have heard of it, they hated it. We had resistors. Then gradually people came around, and now it's kind of the way you do work for software development projects. I think the same thing is true of virtual worlds. We can do project management in virtual worlds. We can teach anything, including project management, in virtual worlds. Not just cheaper, because we don't have to pay for the plane ticket. Not just cheaper, because we save the time on the airplane. We have more student retention, because the experience is immersive. Immersive learning is powerful. The Canadian border crossing simulation found 37% better student retention through their immersive simulation. So we love that. That's what we'll be talking about today, and I think there's a third piece to this environment too. So I'll give you a little surprise when we get there. So why are we here? It's a new platform. How many of you have been here for more than a year? Type a Y in local chat. Well, we've got some people, and when I started in this environment, I came in originally, and I thought, well, I don't understand. What's this for? What's the sandbox? Why do I need to fly? And I kind of gave it a break for a while. But then I came back. This is a common thing we see. It's kind of an adoption curve. I think these tools now I can't live without them. This is my premier business tool. I do business with people all over the world. You can see people that are the rock stars in what they do, very specialized, and we form teams on the fly to get the stuff done that we need to get done. Now we have problems in our projects. Does any of these sound familiar? If you're working on something, do your customers change their mind? How dare they? Those rascally customers, what are they thinking? They're making our life hard. But you know what? That's their life. Change happens. More and more in the business environment, they can't help it. They're getting bought out, they're merging, they're acquiring. They're going to be throwing changing requirements to you all the time. The other one is global teams. How many people work with everybody in your office in one aisle, one floor of a building? That's a deafening silence there. Nope. How many people work with someone who either works from home or is in another time zone? There you go. Exactly. Now let me also say, I'm going to try to type because I don't know if everyone has sound here. So let's make a point to do that. We can type it in the Etherpad. I have an Etherpad somewhere for you, and I'll I like to use this tool because for two reasons. One is it helps us get the audience to participate, and it kind of saves some information. The other is, have you had trouble with your microphone? Well, some people are deaf. And they come into this environment and can't hear, and they try to get the best out of it. So I think to support those folks, it's nice to take some notes for our friends that are maybe in the audience. So we'll take some notes there. So we've got teams that are smeared across the globe, global teams. Not only that, but the travel money is gone. I helped organize the IBM Academy of Technology conference on Agile software development in 2007. For 2008, the vice president said, dude, you have to think of another way to do this. We can't fly the 100 people. Travel is less of an option. Now, there's another thing we see with some of our projects. Of course, none that we've worked on. I'm just saying hypothetically, some of your friends maybe. Sometimes there's bugs or defects in the work we do. I'm sorry, not the work we do, the work I've heard other people have problems and bugs. And it almost takes more time to work on that than it does to do new features. Another thing we're interested in is waste. And sometimes, install some software or you work on a sim or a build and people just don't use it. Anyone know what I'm talking about? It's like those bizarre menus in some office programs we have. It's like, what is that feature? I've never heard of that. What is that? You have to install it. You have to maintain it. It's clutter. It gets in your way. Waste. Then finally, we're under pressure for our end date, and sometimes those things slip. That's one thing to get the pain of slipping your date. But what happens is, in that time, for your extension, you're going to have more chaos occur, and it's going to put even more pressure on your date. So we need to reduce the risk of these events. Agile project management and Agile software development attacks these risks in 4 ways. One is to invent the right stuff, build the right thing. We have techniques, user stories, innovation games, use cases that help understand the customer's requirement. We want to make sure that we're building what people really want, not what we thought we heard, not what they thought they wanted, not what they tried to describe, but they're just not so good at English anymore, right? So we want to build the right thing, invent it correctly. The second thing is to manage your project, and you could say manage chaos. No. I say leverage chaos. Go chew on that chaos like it's delicious. Go take these strange events that pop up on the fly and make something out of them. Take those new requirements and go to market fast. Be the first one out there with a new idea. Embrace chaos. I love that, Jackie. Perfect. We do that with different project management techniques. My favorite's called Scrum. And the beauty of Scrum is, it's just about project management. It doesn't have all this any techie stuff in it at all. You can use it. In fact, the co-inventor of Scrum, his wife is a Unitarian minister. She's using it to run projects at her church. You can imagine how much money they spend in churches. So one of the research aspects I'm interested in Rockcliffe University and with these environments is, hey, if I'm teaching this stuff, shouldn't we be using these techniques in our projects at Rockcliffe? And does it work? Exactly. Flexibility is good. Okay, quality. It's not enough to find bugs and remove them. That's a disaster. What you want to do is prevent them. You want to engineer your process so it's almost mathematically impossible to have any bug or defect in your work. Build quality in. Oops, I forgot a little thing here. Let's see. So we want to do that. We want to make pair programming like Don talked about. That prevents the defect. It can't even get checked into the library system. Repair partner is going to say, hey, Bill, what's wrong? What's up with that one? I'm not sure that's going to work. Prevent the defect. Test-driven development. Write the test before the code, make sure it runs, only then, and then refactor it, make sure it's clean and readable. Only then do I have the right to check it into the build. And the build is going to run many times a day as soon as the parts are updated, and it will run the automated tests.